Picture this: the 18th century, a time of change and revolution, where America is on the brink of its own revolution. It's an era of powdered wigs and quill pens, an age where the scent of gunpowder and the cry for freedom hang heavy in the air. It's a time when women are largely confined to the domestic sphere, their roles defined by societal norms and expectations. But in the heart of Philadelphia, a city teeming with ideas of liberty and independence, a woman named Elizabeth Griscom Ross, better known as Betsy Ross, is about to defy these norms. An accomplished upholsterer, she'll find herself entwined in the fabric of a new nation. As the American Revolution looms, she stands on the cusp of making history, stitching together a symbol that will come to represent a nation's unyielding spirit. In the midst of this turmoil and transformation, a woman named Betsy Ross emerged, leaving a legacy still discussed today. Born on January 1, 1752, Elizabeth Griscom Ross, better known as Betsy Ross, grew up in a Quaker household. This environment nurtured her values of simplicity, integrity, and hard work. Her family had a strong tradition of practical skills, and sewing was no exception. Betsy's great-aunt was an accomplished seamstress, and it was from her that young Betsy first learned the art of needlework. As Betsy grew older, her interest in sewing turned into a passion. Her family recognized her potential and arranged an apprenticeship with a renowned upholsterer. Here, Betsy honed her skills, learning not just the craft of upholstery but also the business of it. She became adept at creating and repairing a variety of items, from furniture coverings to curtains, and of course, flags. Betsy's Quaker upbringing and her apprenticeship in upholstery were more than just chapters in her early life. They were instrumental in shaping her character, her work ethic, and her mastery of a craft that would later define her legacy. These skills would later provide her with an opportunity to leave an indelible mark on history. As the American Revolution ignited, Betsy Ross found herself in a unique position. With the winds of change sweeping across the colonies, Ross, with her upholstery skills, had a crucial role to play. Ross had the task of making flags for the Pennsylvania Navy. It was a critical job given that flags were not just symbols but means of communication on the high seas. Yet this wasn't what would later make her a household name. A story emerged from the Ross family tradition, suggesting that Betsy Ross was the seamstress behind the first U.S. flag. According to the tale, Ross convinced none other than George Washington to alter the design of the stars from six-pointed to five-pointed. It is a compelling narrative, one that has added a touch of intrigue and personal drama to the birth of the American flag. However, most historians have cast doubt on this story. There's no archival evidence to back the claim, and it's widely accepted that several flag makers were operating in Philadelphia at the time. The consensus among scholars is that the early U.S. flag was designed by Francis Hopkinson, not Betsy Ross. Despite this, the story of Ross making the first U.S. flag has endured, largely due to its popularity during the 1876 centennial celebrations. The image of Betsy Ross, a humble upholsterer, having a hand in the creation of a symbol that would come to represent a nation, is a powerful one. It's a story that speaks to the idea of ordinary people playing extraordinary roles in the birth of the United States. While historians may debate her role in the creation of the first U.S. flag, there's no denying her contribution to the American Revolution. Whether or not she made the first flag, Betsy Ross remains an iconic figure of the American Revolution. Her story is a testament to the numerous unsung heroes whose efforts, though often overlooked, played a significant part in shaping the nation's destiny. Over 50 years, Betsy Ross crafted flags, becoming a fixture in Philadelphia and an enduring symbol of the American Revolution. Her work was not just confined to the stitching and hemming of fabric, she was weaving the very fabric of a new nation, symbol by symbol, star by star. While the tale of crafting the first U.S. flag is steeped in controversy, with some historians dismissing it as mere family lore, it's undeniable that Betsy Ross left an indelible mark on American history. The Betsy Ross flag, with its 13 stars arranged in a circle, has become a symbol of the Revolutionary era, a testament to the birth of a nation. Whether or not she convinced George Washington to change the shape of the stars on the flag from six-pointed to five-pointed, the narrative has become a part of American folklore. It's a story that has captured the imagination of generations, feeding the spirit of patriotism and national pride. While we may never know with certainty the full extent of her contributions, one thing we do know is this: Betsy Ross was a woman of her time, and yet a woman far ahead of her time. She was a working woman in an era dominated by men, an entrepreneur who ran her own upholstery business, and a patriot who supported the cause of independence. Her story is not just about a flag, it's about resilience, determination, and the power of one woman to make a difference. Betsy Ross, in her own quiet way, helped to shape a new nation, leaving a legacy that continues to inspire and intrigue us even today. Betsy Ross, a woman of her time, and yet, a woman far ahead of her time, continues to inspire and intrigue us even today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more intriguing stories like this one.